leave my fortune oracle deck over here? See. Okay, I left it here. See you later. Hi. Hi. I'm not sure who's there, who's waiting, or is just admiring my space. Hope everybody's having a good day. I was supposed to start at 6, but I was trying to do my hair. I had to blow dry my hair. But I hope everybody's having a great day. I wanted to do a reading for March because we're less than a week away from the beginning of March. March Madness. Isn't that like basketball, college basketball? I don't follow sports. I don't follow sports at all. I like basketball. I like basketball games. I'll say that much. Like if I was to go to any sporting event, right? Or any sports event, it will be for basketball. Even volleyball is interesting to watch, in person. I wouldn't watch it on TV. But I'm the type of person, though, that I don't really have a team. Oh, since I am in New York, I'm supposed to be a New York Nets, Knicks, Yankees fan. Well, I'm Yankees, Team Yankees, sorry. I just have a thing with men in pinstripes. There's something about a man in pinstripes that does me in. um, yeah, I like their uniform. That's why. And they were one of the best baseball teams, you know? But yeah, baseball's kind of boring to me. I'm sorry if you like baseball. I mean, I like looking at the men in their uniforms. And don't you think, okay, you know how women, we do contouring to make ourselves look better? Men have beards, right? They do the whole beard thing because they could chisel their beard, you know, in a certain way. Kind of makes it look like they have a nice jawline, the way women contour to make it look like they have high cheekbones or sucking in cheeks and stuff, you know? Um, but men also have baseball caps. Like a man wearing a baseball cap, oh, then he takes it off. It's like, put it back on, put it back on. It's like when a woman takes off her makeup, put it back on, put it back on. I'm just like, some of us are naturally beautiful. Exhibit A. I'm just playing. I'm being silly right now. So I hope everybody's having a great day. I'm being very silly. But yeah, basketball, I find it more entertaining than any other sports event that I've been to. I think it's because there's a lot more action going on. Baseball tends to be too slow for my pace. Maybe soccer would be good, but don't get me started with the way the scores. I don't understand that how the scores work with soccer. It seems so complicated. It's not like basketball. You get it in the hoop, you get points. If you get it in the hoop and you're far away, you get even more points. You know, it makes sense. It's like, yay, you get bonus points. It's like with football, they kick the ball between that thing, you know, extra points. I don't know why I talk about sports. Going off on a tangent. March Madness, that's why we're heading into March. That's why. I just forgot my whole train of thought. It's March Madness coming soon to a life near you, which is your life, right? I want to see what's going to come out for March. Okay, we have the first card. Ooh, fear, worries, tense situations. Okay. Ooh. Okay, that was really aggressive. Valley, deep personal strength, peace that assures success. And then flowers, happiness. Anything else? Ooh, bird, perched, waiting for news, package letter, unicorn. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Bird, perched, waiting for news, package letter. That could be where some of the tension is coming from. Maybe some of you are waiting for some sort of communication. You may be worried about something when it comes to some situations. It's fear, worries, tense situations. Been waiting for news, package letter. So the suspense may be killing some of you when it comes to something. Maybe it's with me taking so long to get to this reading. So just so you know, my name is Tan. Artemis Oracle is my channel. I'm a tarot and oracle card reader, and sometimes I'm a comedian. Not everybody gets my humor. And I am someone who has dark humor, but I can't share that on YouTube because that's inappropriate. It doesn't follow YouTube guidelines. So let's see what comes out. What else? What else? Okay, I'm going to go to the other, because there's so many cards in this deck. Okay, that came out. Lion, time to act. Ooh. Happiness again. Happiness with the flowers and this coming out. I like that because I know I haven't got much cards from this, but I feel like I have to stop there. I'm going to see what's in the bottom of the deck for the other stack. Grasshopper. Situations in in the balance that require careful handling. I feel like depending on how you handle a specific situation that may be worrisome for you, it may lead to happiness, but it's all about maintaining some level of balance. And it's definitely going to require peace within yourself, with the Valley card showing up. Deep personal strength, peace that assures success. I'm not entirely sure what this is involving for March, but we could go into tarot, or we could go into the What's the Gossip deck, or any other oracle deck. I have my Revealing the Truth deck. So I might use a different deck, because just in case it's not about other people, it may be something else. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Deep personal strength that assures success. It's like, I feel like with these two cards coming out, you're going to have to really, something's going to require strength. We had the Lion card come out. The Lion card is strength card. And hello, I'm not, just so you know, I am not answering any personal questions. This is a collective March reading. So I'm just letting you know in advance. Okay, so the strength card in tarot is Leo, lion energy, right? Fire energy, fierce energy. But there may be something that may be happening, and I'm not entirely sure what the situation is, but I know happiness is at stake. But it's going to require you to really pull on that strength that you have within. And it's also going to require you to use your intuition to make changes that are beneficial to you. It may not only be beneficial to you, but sometimes when we do good things for ourselves, beneficial things for ourselves, it in turn has a beneficial effect around us. It has a ripple effect, but someone's happiness is at stake. It's definitely about happiness, but this is a situation that is going to require a lot of thought, patience, definitely, of restraint, especially if you may be reactive. I'm getting sun energy. So I don't know if some of you are Leo or have Leo in your chart. So that could be why this fiery energy is coming up with the happiness card showing the sun. And it's interesting too with the Valley card. We have white birds, and white birds, we typically associate them with doves, peace, So your peace is at stake. Your peace and happiness is at stake. I feel like this is a bit vague, and we need more details. So let me see, what deck can we use? Let's go straight into tarot, so we won't waste any more time. I'm going to go into the Gilded Tarot. Funny. Nine of Cups. It's about happiness at the bottom of the deck. And usually when I use my decks, I shuffle them, I knock out the energy, and I don't look at the bottom of the deck, because I feel like when I return to a specific deck and I see whatever energy was left of it, I see how it resonates with the reading. And this is funny that the Nine of Cups is about wish fulfillment. It's like being almost at the Ten of Cups, and where you're very close to having everything that you want. Your wish is coming true, So to see this coming out, and then we have the happiness card, and then we have flowers with happiness. I feel like that's significant. When I split the deck, some of you may have experienced a painful situation. This may be the tense situation that you may be experiencing. And the Three of Swords isn't something that you only feel when it comes to a love relationship, like a romantic relationship. It's something that you can experience when you're like something with work or family. It could even be health. It could be stuff that's going on with the world that's heartbreaking, because we see a lot of that here in the US and even all over the world too. There's a lot of sadness. So, but as much as we see sadness going on around the world, and even within our communities and stuff, I think it's important to maintain a level of happiness within yourself, because you can't allow certain things to impact you. I mean, of course you can show care and concern, but ultimately you're your number one. You come first. And then when you're completely fulfilled and satisfied in Nine of Cups energy, then you're able to give in other areas, of your life. With whether it's within your family, it could be in a relationship, it could be a friendship. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be friendships too. Your connection to community, connection with your, if you go to church, your congregation, that type of thing. Is just how you connect to other people. But most important is you connecting with yourself. But let me see. I'm trying to decide how I should read this, because I could read these cards. I when I was moving the stack of cards, I saw old woman. If there's an older woman in your life that passed away, and this just came into my mind, just know that she went in peace. She went in peace. Okay, let me go into here. That's the thought that popped into my mind when I saw the card. If that was something you're worried about, she's happier where she is right now. If she's left this realm, she's happier where she is. Okay, so I want to clarify the dagger card. Okay, got the Eight of Wands. True. Something happens very quickly or suddenly or unexpectedly that you weren't prepared for. That definitely is cause for worry. Oh wow, Nine of Swords, definitely. Fear, worries, tense situations. Eight of Cups. I don't know. For some of you, you might be learning of okay. Some of you may be at this place where things may be happening quickly with the Eight of Wands showing up. Hi, you're quirky. Quirky, sorry, I know how to read. You're quirky. Hello. And hi, Angela. Hope you're all doing well. Just so you know, I'm not doing any personal readings. This is a collective March reading. Eight of Wands. So it's like something that's happening very quickly. It's something that may have happened to you very quickly, or maybe, because this is for March, this is something that may be happening very quickly. That's going to be causing you some sort of stress, overwhelm. I don't know if it has to do with a family situation. I don't know if any of you have children. It could have to do with stability. But we do have the happiness card. But like I was saying, you are number one, regardless. Even when you have children, I have children, you still have to be number one, because you have to be your best self in order for you to be the best parent to your child. And that's a part of taking care of yourself. If you're happy and you're we clap your hands. I just popped in my hands, but my hands. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, or ladies. Nine of Swords. Something's gonna happen. Maybe happening in March that may be causing you a lot of anxiety and stress, and it may be causing you to even consider walking away for something. Some of you maybe even are at this point where you may be already taking the steps or already considering walking away from something with the Eight of Cups, something that has not been emotionally fulfilling for you. It could be, some of you may be in a marriage or some sort of connection, a family connection, where there's a lot of tension. There may be a lot of resentments and anger and maybe even betrayal, because we did see the Three of Swords when I split the deck. So some of you may be experiencing that, and it could be getting to this point where you feel like you have to make a decision, and it may be a decision that you feel like you're going to have to make very quickly in March. And it's depending on your situation itself. So with the Eight of Cups, it's typically about walking away from a situation that is no longer fulfilling to you. But if with the Nine of Swords, that's like a situation that's no longer fulfilling, but also stressful, possibly affecting how you sleep, how you're taking care of yourself, even taking care of your family. But with the Four of Wands, it's indicating that this may be a family situation. And I don't know if there was betrayal in the past, and you may have reached this point where it's happened too many times for you to even fathom the thought of staying in a situation, you know? And but the fear of leaving a situation, if it is one that involves family, it's scary. But you have to consider your overall happiness. Even if there is a child involved, you have to consider their happiness, because children should not be raised in situations where their parent is scared or worried or afraid, or there's a lot of tension, because that affects the child. Children are very sensitive, and they need to be in very warm, caring, loving environments, you know, that nurture them. And it's hard to nurture something in a situation that is stressful, you know. Two of Cups. When you're walking away from an Eight of Cups, you're going towards a Two of Cups. You know, this is a partnership, a union. But I don't want to think that some of you are leaving, maybe. I mean, it's possible. Some of you are stuck in a situation where you feel like you're unhappy. And I don't really agree with third party situations, but this reading isn't about me. Some of you may be not happy in a situation you're in, and you're thinking about your overall foundation and stability in March. This is something that may be happening or coming up in March, and maybe a decision that you're probably going to reach. Um, like it's like some pivotal moment may be happening in March where you're finally finding the strength to leave behind a situation that hasn't been the best for you. And if there is another person involved, it could be a friend that's helping you. It doesn't have to be a romantic situation. This could be a friend that's supporting you in some way, who's offering guidance, comfort, being a confidant, someone that you can trust. They may be the person that's gonna guide you through the situation, or they could simply be the reason why you're walking away from a situation. Some of you might feel like this person is showing you everything that you deserve, showing you what happiness looks like, you know. And like I said, it doesn't have to be a third party situation. It could simply be like someone is showing you a different side of life, and that's what's motivating you to make a decision, you know, because you're overall, maybe this is something that you want, and whatever situation you're in, you cannot have it. It's something that's being denied to you, and now like it's undeniable that it may be time for you to move away from something, you know. I feel like I'm harped on that too much. um I'm gonna leave that card there. All right, so we're gonna go into Valley. I feel like, you know, it kind of goes together, because deep personal strength and peace that assures success, you know, with happiness, time to act. I feel like these cards basically read all of this. You know, maybe you're waiting for some sort of communication, a sign, that's going to allow this change or exit to be easier, a smoother transition for you. Because sometimes you don't want to leave a situation where there's a lot of things tied to another person, and then you're completely vulnerable because you don't have the resources, you don't have like a backup plan, essentially, you know. Well, let's see what else comes out. We got that, the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups could be someone that's giving you a message of hope. And it's funny that the Four of Cups is coming out with that. You see? The Knight is someone who follows his heart. They follow their heart. They let their heart guide them and direct them into what actions they should take. You know, and we did have the card, that's the unicorn card, that says use your intuition to make beneficial changes. You know, so water sign energy tends to be more heart based, right? Emotions based, but also it's intuition as well. When you think of Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpios, they say that they're the most intuitive signs, but you have to also look at other placements in someone's chart, you know. So I'm just saying that generally. So some of you may be waiting for like a signal, a sign that's gonna give you the green light that it's okay to move away from something that hasn't been fulfilling for you. Yeah, the Fool card. This is about embarking on a new journey, not of the a journey of the unknown, where you don't know what's going to happen, but you have your optimism, your hope, and your experience guiding you along the way, you know. Let's see what else. Because it's a knight with a cup. But I saw it as a message. And it's funny because bird perched, waiting for news, package letter. You see this person is here sitting on a tree, by a tree, and you see that a cup is coming out of the sky, like directed towards them, like it's an offering towards them. So this could be the news, the emotional news that you need, or something that's gonna be your guide, but it's gonna allow you to know what inside your, inside in your heart, what the best decision is for you. Let me see. What's comes out? We have the Ace of Pentacles. It's like a new opportunity. I don't know if some of you are looking for a new job. If this is involving a job, jobs can be very stressful. Jobs can be very unfulfilling. Jobs can also make you consider like how you can grow, how can you stabilize, how can you, have this, the Four of Wands, which is a small level of success. So it could be that too. Some of you are waiting like it says, waiting for news, package letter. So maybe waiting for, like, I don't know if some of you have applied for apartments too, and you're just waiting for someone to get back to you and let you know that you can go on this new beginning, because the Ace of Pentacles is a new opportunity. It could be financial, it could be a gift, because it's what the Page of Pentacles is holding, a gift, an offering, but I feel like this has to do with money. Maybe some of you are waiting for if you're already married, you're waiting for, and you're like separating, you may be waiting for some sort of settlement that's going to allow you to move into the next phase of your life. Okay, we got the Four of Pentacles. Some of you may be feeling like this is the thing about Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is being at this place where you feel like you have everything you need, but you're not willing to invest anything more. So some of you may be at this place where you don't want to invest your energy, because for me as a reader, Pentacles is also energy. I feel like our energy, our love, our attention is our currency. It's a value. It has value. It's priceless. But some of you may be in this place where you want to hold back. But if it's a work situation, you may be working in a place where they don't want to give you your dues. Like you've earned promotions, but they don't want to give you one. You've earned raises, but they don't want to give you one. I mean, that might resonate with some of you. Some of you may be working in companies where they're very stingy with money. They just like, oh, there's not enough money in the budget. That type of company. Or you could be dealing with someone who also hasn't been giving, and that could be a cause for feeling unfulfilled and worried. Like, okay, well, me and this person have been together X amount of time, and I'm kind of don't want to be alone, but I don't want to be unhappy. Because when we started the reading, it's like I said, someone's happiness is at stake. So this is something that has like coming to a head in March. Yeah, the Fool came out again. This is about having a new beginning, starting over. It could be, yeah, definitely starting over. It's like the possibilities are endless. Wherever you are, it's stagnant. Four of Pentacles is stagnant energy. Nothing's growing. Nothing's improving. It's just stagnancy. That's Scorpio energy. But also, this is about ending something. Ending what? Three of Pentacles. It might have to do with work. Maybe something's no longer working for you. Something's no longer working for you. And you're like, reached this point where it's time to end it. It's time for it to, I wanted to say cease and desist for some reason. I don't know if any of you are dealing with something legal. It could be something like that. You're waiting for some information about a judgment. If my head will roll off my neck if the judgment card comes out. So something's no longer working for you. And you've already decided, or I mean, not, no, because this is something that's coming. Some of you are already making that decision, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to wait until March. Some of you may be planning this already. Three of Cups. Like, if I read this as it is, it's like some sort of ending is going to bring a cause for celebration. It could be you're ending some sort of cycle that hasn't been conducive to whatever you've been wanting, whether it's in love, family, job, even friendship. Because friendships, they could take a toll on you too. So I feel like whatever you may be considering leaving in March, walking away from, exiting stage left came to my mind. Um, it's gonna be a cause of celebration. We see the happiness with the flowers, happiness with this happiness, happiness. But like I said, the situation you may be dealing with is like something that you cannot rush. It's something that has to be handled very carefully. Legal situations tend to be like that. Like divorces and when it comes to settlement, stuff like that. Even certain situations where there may be abuse. Um, that's worst case scenario. And to me, like people in those situations, they need more help than a tarot reading can give. They need social workers, they need police, they need lawyers, they need judges and honorable people, not the ones we see in TV, the ones that are like, what the hell are you? Why are you in your position? You're not doing anything for us except doing everything you can to get away with whatever the hell you're doing. But it could be with, if some of you are dealing, and like if some of you may be exiting a situation, it could be because you're reflecting on the past, how things have been before, like how life was simple before all this happened, right? Regardless. Maybe some of you are wanting or longing for a simpler time. When we were children, things seemed a lot easier because we didn't have as much burdens, stress. And maybe whatever you're dealing with has been, like I said, it's been stressful, has led to a lot of tension, has been unsatisfying in some way. Hi, Charles. I hope you're doing well. 6, Page of Cups. Yeah, some of you may be reflecting on times where things were like, I don't know, like when I see the 6 of Pentacles, it always reminds me of equality and generosity, but fairness. Equality, fairness, generosity. Maybe it's like that. I want to say old school love, but I don't think. I think the old school love still exists. It's just people are there's not we don't see those people anymore. If it's a love situation. I mean, it could be somebody that you may be reminiscing on about the past, or maybe you're trying to change the way you view the past with the butterflies and the 6 of Cups. Um, this is Scorpio's card, the 6 of Cups, and butterflies always signify transformation, metamorphosis, right? So some of you may be changing the way you're doing things moving forward, because you do want to see growth, you want to see prosperity, you want to be in your childlike energy too. You don't want to have the same stress and worries that adulting can bring, but it could be that with the Page of Cups too. It could be like I said, you're waiting for some sort of message, you know? Maybe you're waiting for a hero, like a knight in shining armor, but it doesn't have to be in a romantic sense. It could just be someone that is going to help you move past whatever you're leaving behind. Knight of Wands, the 6 of Swords. Yeah, whatever this communication is, it's just going to light a fire under you, and it's going to allow you to know, and this is in March, that where you're heading is going to be more peaceful, that you're going to be leaving behind troublesome times, tumultuous times, you know? whatever this is also like it's reigniting your passion, because maybe that's something that you've lost in whatever situation you were dealing with. You've lost that sense, that drive, that passion, the desire. Like some of you may have been living on what do you call it? Like when you're living your life, but it's like on autopilot. And it's reached a point where it's like, I cannot take this anymore. It's like Groundhog's Day to the 1000th degree. It's it's not doing you any good. Okay. So that's the thing. Let's see. Okay, let's see. What could the possible outcome from March? What else does the collective need to know? Do you have any advice for guidance from March for the collective that resonates with this reading? Ace of Cups. Okay. Five of Cups. Ace of Cups, Five of Cups. When I see the Ace of Cups, it's two meanings for me. It was two meanings generally, but it's about self-care, pouring into yourself, and then allowing prosperity to come into you, right? I see the fish, it's emotions. If you have to purge, emotionally purge, do that. Don't, whatever you're dealing with, don't hold it in. It's not going to serve you. Let it flow. Let the river flow. Let it go. Like Elsa says, let it go. Let it flow. So some of you may be holding back emotions, because we did see the Four of Pentacles. Some of you may be holding back emotions, and you need to release those emotions. The emotions of sadness, disappointment, despair, depression. If you need, if you need guidance, support, um, hopefully, no, I'm not getting those vibes, like unaliving oneself vibes. I'm not getting that. But I feel like some of you may need help with possibly talking to someone. It could be, maybe it's this Two of Cups person, the person that's your friend, the person that has been a confidant to you. But sometimes you have to release these emotions. You cannot allow, like it could be with the past too. Whatever past pain you experience. Because if you think about the Ace of Cups, Five of Cups, Six of Cups, past, nostalgia, reflecting on the past, maybe reflecting on the situation, probably when things were better, but it's not getting better. Another thought that came to mind is some of you, your situation can be saved, but it's all about communication. And if both of you are willing to listen to each other, that there is hope for some people, depending on the situation. I always say that it's depending on the situation, because some people don't want to go back. They're like, yeah, I'm moving on. Some people are like, I've invested so much time in this, and I really care about this person. I really love them, but I don't want to break up my family. I don't want to, but this is if there's still love there. But if it's like you've been completely emotionally depleted in a situation, then that's something that you have to consider walking away from. And that's probably something that you're going to be considering in March. But definitely whatever sadness you may be experiencing, it's something that you will need to purge, because if you're entering a new cycle, you want to make sure that you're not bringing old crap into a new experience. Only if it's experience, but you don't want to bring like the trauma, the baggage. You don't want to bring the baggage into a new situation, a brand new situation. What else do you have for advice? What else do you have for advice? By the way, my name is Tan. Artemis Oracle is my channel. I'm an Oracle and Tarot card reader. Okay, we have advice. Nine of Wands. I love the Nine of Wands because this is someone who perseveres. Like they've gone through I want to say battleships, but that's not what I want to. That came up in my mind, but that's not what I want to say. Like you've gone through a lot of battles, but they don't give up. Sometimes you may need time to rest, to regain your power, to regain your strength, to do what you feel. Yeah, oh my gosh, yes. Because you need that. You need that in order to move forward. So the advice is to not give up, but make sure you take time to rest, you know, because you need your power, you need your energy with the time to act, you need your strength. See, Valley and strength. Sorry, Valley and Lion. Deep personal strength and peace that assures success. And then the Lion, time to act. So it's like you have to build up your reserves in order to be able to make this step. So it's like March is going to be a pivotal month where some of you are going to walk away from a situation, but this walking away may allow you to regain your power, to regain your strength, your autonomy, your independence, sovereignty. So just think about a queen right there. She's on her own, she's on her chariot, and she's moving forward. I mean, it could be a king too, yeah. Move away from that mental internal conflict that you have within yourself, and it could be what you're moving away from too, moving away from that conflict. Because if the situation has been nothing but causing you stress, worry, and even tension, has been filled with tension, then you have to free yourself from that. And I know it's not the easiest thing to do, but it's the right thing to do, especially if there's other people like children involved, like I mentioned. And we have children here showing up with the Six of Cups and the Four of Wands, right? And that time to act card goes with the Knight of Wands, that fire sign energy. Okay, I want to get oracle cards too. Let me see. I did mention something about inner child, your child. You maybe wanting to go back to simpler times. Now it's making me think of the inner child deck I have for advice and angel answers. I want to go into the inner child deck. You know what's funny? The song right now that's playing, I don't know if you can hear it. It's from Kenyo Fuke, and it's called Time to Relax. So some of you need to relax, need to decompress. Hi, Danielle. I hope you're doing well. Let's see what your inner child message is. Collective needs to know. What inner child message does the collective need to know for March 2026? March 2026. It is okay to be misunderstood. Perception is not always based on the truth. Yeah. Like some of us, we always feel like we have to explain ourselves just so that we could be understood. But that gets exhausting. It does. You don't have to explain yourself to anybody. Go inward. It is time to connect with your inner child. The numbers 18 and 16 may be relevant to you. Go inward. It's time to reconnect with your inner child. Yeah, some of you may have been in situations where it's like, I'm not having fun anymore. Maybe some of you just need to have fun. This is too many. Okay, become aware. Listen to the wisdom of the body. Listen to the wisdom of your body. Of your body. Essentially, use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Choose yourself today. Do not deny your importance. Remember, I said earlier that you're number one. Before you can be anything to anybody else, you have to be someone to yourself. So remember, you are important. You're your number one person before anybody else, before even your children, before your spouse, before your mother and father. You're number one. Because if there's no you, then there's no way you could be anything to them. You know? I think we're taught to sacrifice. Maybe some of you have been sacrificing yourself. Um, yeah, maybe some of you have. I just realized I didn't have a mic on. So I'm pretty sure you still hear me, but because I have my mic on my desk. And I wish someone would have told me if they didn't, but if I'm guessing you have heard me because I got 9 likes. So thank you so much for your 9 likes. Oh, okay. Oh, this card want to come out. Let go of the past. It is time to envision a new story. Let go of the past. We saw the Fool card, right? The Fool card was here. Where are you? Why are you hiding from me? The Fool. 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups. About walking away, moving away, turning your back on something that's no longer emotionally fulfilling. The Fool is the new beginning. That's what you're heading into when you're leaving with the 8 of Cups. Let go of the past. It is time to envision a new story. This could simply be that some of you have been stuck in your head about the past. Anxiety can be a person of its own, depending on how strong it is. How much power you give to it. It becomes its own entity, within you. If you think about it, it's kind of like an evil spirit. It's like the monster under your bed, your anxiety. And at the bottom of the deck, flow with the rhythm. Get lost in the rhythm of movement today. This is about moving your body, getting exercise, dancing, finding joy. 3 of Cups energy. Reconnecting with people you love. Reconnecting with people or connecting with people who resonate with you. Who remind you who you are. Who you've left behind. Rediscovering yourself. Regardless of the situation, if you are leaving somebody, you're still going to rediscover yourself because it's a new journey. And you're going to be learning new things about yourself that you probably didn't know. Or you're going to be rediscovering parts of yourself that have been buried by your anxiety, your stress, the worries, or by whoever this person has been, So let's get Angel Answers cards, and then I'm going to close out the reading. I hope this reading is resonating with you. I thank you so much for spending part of your day with me and allowing me to read for you. What does a collective need to know? My angel messages is a collective needs to know this time. If you had a question, it's no. But let's see what other cards come out, because there might be a sentence in there. Improving health. I did mention health. Some of you may be worried about your health. Maybe it's saying that you don't have to worry about your health. Sometimes when you're in situations, like anxiety can really affect your health. It could affect your gut health. It could make you feel uncomfortable, could give you headaches. It really affects your gut, really. Anxiety, really affects your gut. So I think it's like you walking, if you're moving away from whatever has been anxiety, or even you, having, you're just breaking up with anxiety. No longer wanting to resonate with it, no longer wanting to have a relationship with anxiety. It could be that. And then if you're experiencing issues with your health, you might see an improvement with that, I'm not a doctor or anything, because some people have health issues and stuff, but anxiety can exacerbate it, So say no to anxiety. Anything else? Improving health. Nothing else more? Oh Lord. I don't want to force cards to come out. Oh, one flipped up, not the right time. What's not the right time? If some of you are in recovery, you may need to take a bit more time with something you may be considering doing. Because if you are going to be exiting a situation or moving away from something that is no longer resonates with you or no longer has any value in your life, you have to recover first. I don't know if some of you are having surgery or have had surgery, but before you do anything, um, make sure that you're healthy, that you're healthy in all ways. Um, so that may be what not the right time with recovery, improving health. Covering. I'm gonna lower that. Yes. And choose a new direction. Recovery, yes. Choose a new direction. I feel like this is like if there's something that you have to recover from, whatever you're going to decide right now is not the right time to do it. But you could still think about it. You could still plan. It's a matter of waiting for the right time. But there may be something about recovery that may make it something that will be delay your decision. I don't know if it's because of something that you may experience or if it's something around you. God forbid. I hope it's not you directly if you resonate with this reading. And choose a new direction. This is basically what they're saying, like move away, go towards happiness. Your happiness is at stake. And this could be what the careful handling is too. This is where something that you have to be very careful with. Grasshopper. Situations in the balance that require careful handling. You know, so if someone's life or health is in the balance, like recover first if that's you. But that doesn't mean you can't consider, because this is something that's showing up. Like some of you maybe in March reaching this point where you have to make a decision about walking away for something. You know, where you're going to be choosing your happiness over something that hasn't been healthy or conducive to your growth. And it could be like with a relationship, romantic relationship. It could be with a family relationship. It could be about what you want for your future and wherever you are now, not looking like it's going to lead down that path. And that's why you're being advised to choose a new direction. But remember, the readings may not resonate with everybody. There may be some parts that resonate with you and other parts that don't. So they'll try to force the story. But this is like food for thought from March. Hopefully whatever decision you have to make that has been is coming from a place of stress and okay, I got it. Do not make this decision when you are anxious or worried or stressed out, because you have to be at this place where you're at peace, because you don't want to do something when you're not thinking clearly. So maybe this is what it's saying, that you have to be in this clear mind space in order to make this decision. And when you're able to look at things from a clear perspective. Was there a perspective card that I saw? For some reason, I swore I saw perspective. Perspective. It's perception. Your perception. Don't rush into something. Just make sure that you have all the facts, that you have all the information to make the best decision for yourself. Don't rush into something because you're angry. Don't make a decision when you're angry. That may not resonate with everybody. Some of you may be that impulsive type that, you need to like rein in it a little bit. Rein it in. That sounds so weird to me, but you know what I mean. Like kind of hold back. We did have the Four of Pentacles, but be sure that you're thinking things thoroughly before you make a decision. The best one for yourself. Definitely use your intuition, but your intuition can be clouded if you're angry, you're upset, you're stressed, you're anxious. When you have a lot of burdens on you, you can't really think clearly because your mind is going to be fatigued. Even possibly your body, because of how those types of lower vibrational experiences, I want to say, because it's something we experience and then we could move away from. That's why I'm saying that. They don't really help us move in the direction that we need to, and but in a healthy way, or make the right decisions. Kind of lost my train of thought a little, but I feel like I've said as much as I can say. So I hope everybody has a good evening wherever you are. I'm saying good evening because I'm in New York. And if or have a great day wherever you are. I thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to read for you. Hopefully, I was able to provide you some answers or guidance or food for thought, just for you to consider um what you may be experiencing. Not, and this may not resonate with you per se. It could be someone around you who may need to hear this message, and maybe you could share this message with them. So I thank you so much again. I hope you have a wonderful day or evening wherever you are, and I'm sending you lots of healing lights and love. Take care, everyone. Bye.